Chosen one, I want you to take a deep breath and truly listen to what I am about to share with you. You did not come across this message by accident or through a random glitch in an algorithm. You are here because of a divine appointment, called by name in this very hour to receive a truth that has been waiting for the right moment to surface. There is a powerful awakening happening inside of you right now, something the enemy has worked tirelessly to keep hidden and suppressed, but the heavens are finally ready to pull back the curtain. You have always known deep down that you aren't like everyone else, and today is the day we name that feeling and give it the weight it deserves. Your supernatural blueprint, you carry a supernatural assignment. A divine blueprint that was encoded into your spirit long before you ever took your first breath on this earth. Right now, the Father is confirming those quiet whispers you've felt in your soul, but perhaps couldn't find the words to describe. You are a chosen vessel, an angel in human form sent to this physical realm with a holy and specific purpose. The veil between the seen and the unseen is lifting in your life, and if you look closely, you'll see that signs and wonders are already beginning to align around you. You have been marked and anointed for a time such as this, and what follows will activate the sleeping giant within your spirit. More than a metaphor, before we dive into the specific signs, I need you to understand that being an earth angel is not just a poetic metaphor or a symbolic title. It is your literal identity in the most sacred sense of the word. You were sent directly from the courts of heaven to walk among humanity. You carry a frequency of divine love and light that is intended to transform a world currently drowning in darkness and confusion. However, there is a tactic the enemy uses. He tries to make these celestial emissaries forget who they are by burying them under the weight of human suffering and the constant noise of modern distraction. You may have felt like you were barely surviving, but that ends today as your full activation begins. Sign 1. Wisdom beyond your years. The first undeniable sign that you are an angel in disguise is that you possess a wisdom that far exceeds your chronological age. Have you noticed how people are drawn to you in ways that defy logical explanation, seeking your counsel even when you feel you haven't lived enough to give it? There is something about your presence that creates an immediate atmosphere of safety and deep knowing. Even total strangers feel a strange, deep compulsion to open up to you, sharing their buried secrets and pain. This isn't just a personality trait or charisma. It is the anointing of heaven resting upon your shoulders, signaling to others that you are a safe harbor for their souls. The ancient download, this wisdom you carry, wasn't learned in a university or acquired through typical life experiences. It was a divine download placed in your spirit before you were formed in the womb. Like the prophet Jeremiah, you were set apart before you were born, and that insight you offer is actually a stream of eternal counsel flowing through you. When people stand in your presence, they don't just feel heard. They feel truly seen and recognized by something much larger than themselves. You function as a portal and a bridge between heaven and earth, shifting the spiritual climate of every room you walk in to just by being present. Your sensitivity is a superpower. The enemy has likely spent years whispering in your ear that you are too much, too sensitive, too intense, or too analytical. He wants you to believe that your depth is a heavy burden so that you will shrink back and hide your light from those who need it. I am here to tell you that your sensitivity is actually your greatest superpower, not a weakness. It is the spiritual radar that allows you to discern the climate of any environment and feel what others are blind to. You were always the child reaching for the why behind the what, seeking the mythical and the eternal while others were satisfied with the surface. Sign 2. The magnetism of the wounded. The second sign is that strangers will frequently approach you for advice or comfort in the most mundane places, like grocery stores or coffee shops. This is not a series of coincidences. It is a spiritual orchestration where wounded souls are magnetically pulled toward the healing frequency you radiate. Their spirits recognize what their minds cannot understand, that you are an agent of heaven sent to deliver a timely word or a redirection. What makes this sign truly unique for an earth angel is that you don't feel drained by these encounters. Instead, you feel a surge of life and alignment when you are serving others in this capacity. The divine intercessor. You are a divine intercessor, strategically positioned by the Creator to show up at the exact second someone hits their breaking point. Whether you are operating in a state of high spiritual awareness or just following a gut feeling, you are a conduit for grace. Your words have the power to break chains and rekindle hope in people who have given up on themselves. Even if your own life feels messy, do not let that disqualify you. Your wounds are actually what qualify you to speak with authority into the lives of others, as you are a testimony to the fact that heaven's power is made perfect in human weakness. Sign 3. An unquenchable sense of purpose. The third sign is a fire burning deep inside you that refuses to go out, no matter how many times life has tried to extinguish it. You have an unshakable, soul, deep certainty that you were born for something monumental, even if you don't have the full blueprint yet. Most people are chasing worldly success, but you are chasing a mission that you can feel in your very marrow. This sense of displacement, the feeling that you don't quite belong in this world, is actually a sign of your celestial origin. You are searching for a home that isn't made of bricks and mortar, but of light and spirit. Remembering your origin, if you have felt lost or disconnected lately, it doesn't mean you aren't an angel. It means you are in the process of remembering. The density of this physical realm can cause a temporary spiritual amnesia because of the trauma and noise we endure here. However, as you hear these words, the fog is clearing. You might find yourself constantly helping and guiding people even without a formal title or platform. That is because your purpose is woven into your everyday existence. You don't need to go find your mission. You are already living it every time you choose compassion over judgment. Sign 4. Intense sensitivity to conflict. The fourth sign is an almost physical intolerance for violence, injustice, and loud, aggressive environments. While others can watch the news or witness a heated argument and move on with their day, these things hit you like a physical blow to the chest. This is because you were not created to participate in destruction. You were created to dismantle it. You carry a frequency of peace that causes chaos to bow and darkness to retreat. Your spirit rejects manipulation and cruelty because your core essence is made of the very love that created the universe. Navigating the emotional weight because you are picking up on frequencies beyond the physical realm. Walking into a crowded room can feel like an emotional bombardment. You aren't just seeing faces. You are sensing the hidden battles and unspoken desperation of every soul around you. Without understanding your identity, this can feel like social anxiety, but it is actually divine intelligence. The Spirit is showing you where intercession is needed. When you feel that overwhelming pull toward someone, that is your internal compass pointing you toward your next assignment. You are a miracle waiting to happen for someone who just whispered a prayer for help. Sign 5. A natural interest in healing. The fifth sign is a deep, unyielding fascination with healing. Whether it's through traditional medicine, psychology, or metaphysical energy work. This isn't just a hobby for you. It's a celestial imprint because angels are, by nature, energy healers. You are literally composed of the radiant light and unconditional love that serves as the medicine of the spiritual realm. This is why people often tell you they feel better just by being in your presence or talking to you for 5 minutes. You are a living river of water, bringing restoration to every dry and broken place you touch. The authority to restore it is time for you to stop down, playing this gift and pretending you are ordinary. You have the spiritual authority to help restore minds, bodies, and souls back to wholeness. This doesn't require a degree or a religious title. It requires a heart that is surrendered to the Spirit. While you may be interested in physical health, your true specialty is healing the wounds that no one else can reach, the shame and trauma buried deep in the psyche. You are being mentored by the Spirit even while you sleep, receiving downloads of wisdom and supernatural strategy to help those in your path. Understanding the metaphysical, you are drawn to the metaphysical because you intuitively understand that we are spirit beings having a human experience, not the other way around. You know that true healing involves going into the spiritual realm to dismantle the root causes of suffering, such as generational curses or toxic attachments. Every book you've read on the mind and every moment you've spent contemplating the mysteries of the universe has been part of your training. Heaven is equipping you with a toolkit to shift the trajectories of entire bloodlines through the healing power you carry in your spirit. Sign 6. The trap of project, relationships. The sixth sign is perhaps the most painful. A history of being drawn to abusive or deeply broken individuals in your personal relationships. Because your nature is to heal and restore, you often see potential in people that others would rightly avoid. You look at a wounded soul, and your first instinct is to stay and pour light into them rather than to protect yourself. The enemy has tried to twist your beautiful gift of compassion into a trap, making you believe that being a good person means allowing yourself to be consumed by someone else's darkness. Breaking the cycle of sacrifice, I want to declare over you right now that the cycle of self-sacrifice ends today. You were sent here to be a light, but you were not sent here to be a dumping ground for people who refuse to take responsibility for their own lives. Your anointing requires boundaries, and your gift demands protection. You have likely struggled with your own issues, perhaps numbing the pain of feeling different through food or other distractions, because no one taught you how to carry your celestial weight. You are now being released from the false belief that suffering in relationships is the price you must pay for being an angel. Learning divine discernment moving forward, you are going to operate with a new level of divine discernment. You will learn to recognize the difference between a person who is truly seeking a way out of the dark and a person who just wants to drain your energy to fuel their own dysfunction. You can set boundaries without feeling a shred of guilt, knowing that your primary mission is to stay healthy enough to do the work you were actually sent to do. Your light is too precious to be extinguished by those who have no intention of changing. Sign 7. An intense and deep personality. The final sign is an intensity of personality that can often make others feel uncomfortable or intimidated. You are not interested in the surface of life. You crave raw authenticity and deep, meaningful connection. While most of the world is busy wearing masks and hiding from the truth, you are constantly digging into the psyche to find what is real. This can lead people to say you think too much or that you're too serious. But the reality is that you are simply seeing layers of existence that they are choosing to ignore. The magnetism of authenticity, even though your depth might make some people run away, it is also exactly what makes you so magnetic. People are fascinated by you because you carry the essence of a realm they have forgotten but still long for. You may be guarded because you've been burned in the past, and that is a valid form of protection. You don't let just anyone in, and that is okay. Those who are ready for the truth will be drawn to your frequency, and they will find in you a level of sincerity and love that is almost impossible to find anywhere else in this world. Stepping into your identity, chosen one, as we wrap up this message, I want you to feel the weight of these truths settling into your spirit. You are not a mistake, and you are not alone. You are a celestial emissary walking in human flesh, and the world is waiting for you to fully embrace your identity. The season of hiding, doubting, and shrinking is over. It is time for you to stand tall in the authority that heaven has given you. You were created for impact, not for applause, and your journey is just beginning to unfold in its full, magnificent glory. Your activation is complete. Take this confirmation and let it fuel your steps as you move through your week. Pay attention to the people you meet and the random thoughts that cross your mind. These are often the nudges of the Spirit guiding you toward your assignment. You are a healer, a wise counselor, and a beacon of hope. Trust the light within you, for it is the very light of the Creator shining through a vessel that was hand-picked for this specific moment in history. Go forth in peace, knowing exactly who and whose you are.